What's up, you guys? It's James Taylor here. This is going to be the first video in a series of videos I'm gonna do on database modeling. So this video is going to be about modeling. The second video is going to be about me inputting the information that I created in this video into Microsoft SQL Server, and then the third video is going to be about me querying the database. So the scenario is, there's this company that I created which is called PSSM. They are a recruitment firm who recruits for companies' business needs. So a company comes to them looking for a position to be filled for marketing or finance, and PSSM looks through their candidates and see if they can find somebody to fulfill that position. PSSM is in need of a database, and I've posted a model database for PSSM. So whenever I am creating this database, I am trying to put myself in the shoes of a recruiter. I'm thinking to myself, what information do I need to retrieve from this database, and what information will I need to store inside this database? So all that came into mind whenever I created the different type of entities that are in this database. So an entity is just a unique object or concept that can be stored and manipulated in a database. Object like places or things that are tracked in the database. So the three obvious entities that I came up with were the candidates, the people who are looking for the jobs. And then we got the hiring company, the people who are looking for the jobs to be fulfilled. And then we got the jobs, the description of what the job is about. And then we have another entity I came up with is the department manager. We need to know who to get in contact with once they found the correct candidate or somebody who they feel like is suitable for the job. So then we got PSSM departments, which is just PSSM has different teams who recruit for different parts of the jobs. So PSSM might have a team for marketing, and they just focus on marketing positions. Finance, they got a finance team where they just focus on finance jobs. So they want to have their own manager that runs that team. We need to know who to get into contact with. And then we got the recruiters, and from who our recruiters are for each department, and then the location. So I created an ERD diagram using Lucid charts. And what an ERD diagram is, a entity relationship diagram. It shows it's just a flowchart that illustrates how entities such as people, objects, or concept relate to one another within a system. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys that. Alright, so this is the ERD diagram that I've been working on. So we're gonna start our way from the left side and work our way to the right. So we got our candidates over here. The primary key is the candidate ID, and the primary key is just the unique identifier for each entity. And then we got our foreign keys, which is the recruiter ID and the PSSM ID and the zip code. And the foreign key is what links us to the other entities in this model. So we got candidates, recruiter ID, foreign key. So, and these lines you see here is the cardinality, which tells us how many unique values can go into each entity. So a candidate can have only one recruiter, but a recruiter can have many candidates. A recruiter can have one department, but a department can have many recruiters. And for the candidate, a candidate can only belong to one department, while a department can have many different candidates. And I'm gonna go over this later into videos. I'm just get over this ERD diagram first. So a department can have many jobs, but a job can only belong to one department. A job can have only one department manager, but a department manager can list many jobs. A department manager can only belong to one company, but a company can have many different managers. A company uh, can have many different jobs, but a job can only belong to one company. A company can only have one zip code, but a zip code can have many different companies. And a zip code can have many candidates, but candidate can only belong to one zip code. So I'm gonna show you guys my table that I created. The table to showcase so I can better explain the primary keys and then the foreign keys. So the primary key for the candidates is the candidate ID. As you can see here, we have this candidate. His name is Mark Wayne. His primary key, his unique identifier is 100,000. So nobody else on this table can have 100,000. This candidate ID only belongs to Mark Wayne. So, and the foreign key is PSSM ID and recruiter ID. This links us to the other department. So Mark Wayne belongs to PSSM ID 1, which is Department 1, which is the finance department, and the manager is Tom Jackson. He has a recruiter ID of 100, which means his recruiter is Thomas Jason, and Thomas Jason has a PSSM ID of 1, which means he works for the finance department. And we got other attributes for Mark Wayne here. He's studying finance. He has 6 years of experience. He has a test grade of a B and an interview grade of an A. And another person we have is Tony Ross, who has a unique identifier or primary key of 110,000. He also belongs to PSSM ID, which is Department 1, and he belongs to Recruiter ID 110, which is Ross Kelly, and they work in finance. So let's look at somebody. Now let's look at Ray Lee right here. Ray Lee has a candidate ID of 2,000. He belongs to PSSM ID 2, and he has a recruiter ID of 200. Recruiter ID 200 is Jane Kelly. PSSM ID is 2, which means she works for the marketing department. We'll go down to jobs. So we have a job ID 1 of 10,000. That's his primary key. Foreign key is PSSM ID 1, which is the finance department. Manager ID is 1,000. So department manager will manager ID 1,000 is Lily Jane. And then it has a company ID of 10. And it's a job for Google. Okay. So I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you guys for watching. Tune in for the other 2 videos.